let's move on. Question number 3. This one comes in from Eddie. Thank you, Eddie. Eddie says, we bought a Victorian semi in London and had a building and damp survey done as there were suspicious patches on the walls. The surveyor said it wasn't rising damp and it could be fixed with salt treatment and repaint. I've done this 3 times now and it hasn't worked. The owner never lived in the property as he bought it to do up and resell. The estate agent at the time got a damp-proof person to carry out a free assessment. They said it was rising damp and needed a DPC injection. The surveyor disagreed with this and said they were pulling a fast one. It has since turned out that it's actually an issue as we spoke to the company that worked on the property, and they said that they had to use heaters every day to dry out the walls. Have I been conned by this surveyor when everybody else said there was an issue? I purchased the house on this basis. Now I have 2 walls with these awful damp patches and no funds to get it sorted. What can I do, or what are my options to resolve this? Do I have any recourse from anyone? Right, okay, wow, quite a long question there, Eddie, but thank you for submitting that to us. Right, from looking at this, and I'm going on the face of what you've told me, Eddie, so obviously there might be some stuff going on in the background that we don't know about, but it does sound to me as though the surveyor has made a mistake, and I'm saying this as a qualified building surveyor, so I don't make this statement lightly, but it does look as though they've made a mistake and they perhaps misadvised you, particularly if there was information to the contrary in front of them. Now, I'm surprised that or there doesn't appear to have been the surveyor testing the walls themselves with their damp-proof meter and producing some readings on that and deciding whether or not that was a problem. And if it was obvious that there were damp patches on the wall, then it does seem to be curious that they haven't highlighted this as a potential issue. And the reason I say that's important is because had it been highlighted, and I have not read your report here, Eddie, so I don't know whether it was or not highlighted, but if it was, you've now lost the opportunity to go back and renegotiate on the price of the property based on the surveyor's findings, right? So you've gone in there, you've done your due diligence, you've had your surveyor look at this. They haven't highlighted it appropriately from what you're telling me, and as a consequence, you've now lost the opportunity to get that fixed either prior to purchase or to have some money knocked off to cover the cost of the work, right? And so I would. If I was in your shoes, Eddie, what I'd be doing is I'd be approaching the surveyor. I'd be having a word with them and saying, look, this is what's happened. We've got a copy of the damp report here. I've also spoken to these people. This is what they've told me. And then I would submit a quote to the surveyor and tell them this is how much it's going to cost to have this work done. And the surveyor is then in a position where they're going to have to face facts. They've either got to refer you to the report where it's caveated that says, actually, this is what I said and you're wrong, which might be the possibility, Eddie. I can't rule that out because I don't have the information in front of me. But it may be that the surveyor has to either take it on the chin and fork out for the work to be done to repair that damp problem. Because the other alternative, of course, is that you go down the road of claiming against their professional indemnity insurance, which is not going to be easy, but it will incur a cost to the surveyor, perhaps in the form of an increased premium, and they will obviously have to pay an excess on that as well. So I think it's one of these opportunities for you to have a polite conversation with the surveyor initially. We do make mistakes. We're human, of course, that happens, and that's why they have the insurance to cover that in case there is a problem, okay? So go and have a chat with them, see what they've got to say, and then, as I say, it's either they'll fork out for the work to be done, I would suggest, because it doesn't sound like it's going to be hugely expensive, and it may well fall within the remit of their excess anyway, or you may have to go down the route of claiming against their insurance. There will be a complaints procedure process that you'll have to go through. This is why I'm saying that you need to get as much information together up front to begin with before you start going down this complaints procedure route, okay? So hope that helps, Eddie. It is something that does happen, and I've actually experienced it myself in a property. We didn't have it with a surveyor, but we bought an old farmhouse, and bearing in mind there was no damp-proof course on this property because it was built in like the 1850s or something. Only one internal wall used to get damp. And it was one of these problems where we kind of ignored it. We kind of hoped it would go away. We'd brush the salts off and sort of bit of paint over it. And after about 4 years, I think we had enough, and we just took all the render off on the internal wall, all of the plaster off up to about 1 meter height. And then I had a friend who worked at a damp-proof company, and we got some damp-proof with slurry and all the rest of it. So we threw that on the wall with a bit of render coating and a top coat of plaster, and it cured the problem. So it might be a quick fix. I don't know, but that's the benefit, I suppose, of being in the trade and knowing a few people. So have a go at that, see what happens. Obviously, come back to me if you need any more support around that, and I'll do my best to help you. All right. Thank you so much for the question. Anything else that you need in terms of any questions answered, or any kind of support that you need with any property deals that you've got going on, or anything like that, please do reach out. Please get in contact with us. Happy to help at wiggywam.co.uk with a Twitter handle as well, which is at WiggyWam _UK. And we'd love to have those questions come in. You can also go to our WiggyWam website, which is wiggywam.co.uk, and you can set yourself up a free profile in there. You can have a roam around. You can get access to our learning center, where we share a lot of invaluable information in there for you, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, we're trying our best to give as much knowledge, education, resources as we possibly can to people to really help them on their journey, because I know what it can be like. It can be a nightmare trying to buy a property or sell a property or all the rest of it. And we just want to help and support as many people as possible. We also want to align ourselves with those estate agents and those solicitors that are delivering excellence to their clients on a daily basis. Okay. And we've got some really cool things lined up to help them as much as possible, to help them get more clients and to help them make a more profitable service available to their clients as well. So lots going on behind the scenes, guys. Really excited about it. Thank you again for joining me today, and look forward to seeing you again on another webinar. Any more help and support that you need, then please reach out and let me know. All right, guys, amazing webinar. Thank you so much indeed for your time, and I will look forward to seeing you very soon. Take care.